In an extraordinarily significant move, President Trump is vowing to label the Muslim Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization. Well, TBN's Eric Stackleback is here to unpack this massive news. So, Eric, why is this so significant?
Well, Roger, the Muslim Brotherhood is the granddaddy of them all when it comes to Islamic terror groups. When you think about al-Qaeda, for instance, Ayman al-Zawahiri, Osama bin Laden, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, all these al-Qaeda kingpins, before they formed al-Qaeda, before they planned 9/11, they belonged to the Muslim Brotherhood. So did the not so dearly departed leader of ISIS, Omar Abu al-Baghdadi, was a Brotherhood member before ISIS. The Brotherhood has been the gateway to jihad for decades. And Raj, give you another idea of how violent this organization is. Hamas self-identifies itself as the Palestinian branch of the Muslim Brotherhood. And it's an organization, a movement that's dedicated to global domination. That includes right here in the United States. We've seen the Brotherhood make great progress in Europe, and they want to bring that model to America. It's no coincidence that we've seen a real increase in mosque building in the United States since 9/11, including where I'm sitting right now, Texas, where, Raj, in the past 2 years alone, 48 new mosques have opened. Again, this is not a coincidence. We see the Brotherhood's strategy and blueprint really stretching worldwide, including right here in America.
So why did this take so long, right? There's even a bunch of Arab nations that have outlawed the Muslim Brotherhood. Why is this just now happening with the United States?
Great question. And President Trump was going to do this, I believe, Raj, if he continued in office beyond January 2021. This was in the works, a federal ban of the Muslim Brotherhood. As you mentioned, look, Jordan, Syria, the UAE, they've all banned the Brotherhood, as has Russia and several other nations. But in America, it was going to happen. Remember, Trump was on the road to doing it. Now he's done it, of course. But under the Obama administration, the Brotherhood in America was never stronger. We're talking about those front groups. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, the Muslim American Society, MAS. There's a bunch of them, Raj, and they were guests at the White House under President Obama. President Trump flipped the script. Now he's back in office, and in less than a year, he announced yesterday he is going to designate the Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization. And I think what really moved the needle here, Raj, in the past few days, Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, announced that the state of Texas was banning the Muslim Brotherhood and CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, that Brotherhood front group that I mentioned. So I think Greg Abbott, it's been in the works for a while, and Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, mentioned they were considering it back in August. But Greg Abbott making this move, I think, put it into overdrive. And now President Trump apparently is going to sign this into law.
With AI,
you can create any character you
How
want
much of this did you want?
this used to require huge Hollywood budgets.
Cool. Yeah. So, Muslim Brotherhood going to be designated a terrorist organization. You can already hear Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, all these people talking about xenophobia, talking about racism, black and brown people, blah blah blah.
How did they explain the Muslim countries banning it?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Trump is a racist.
Okay, so the Muslim Brotherhood, in a way, sounds like a benevolent kind organization, but the Muslim Brotherhood is a reactionary social movement that began about 100 years ago in Egypt. And what the Brotherhood is, it's a fusion of the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, the European Nazi anti-Semitism, and even Nazism, fused with a very reactionary, if not perverted, view of Islam. And the raison d'etre of the Muslim Brotherhood is to distance Israel away from Western democratic countries, to isolate it and destroy it, and murder Jews around the world. And then, which is very important, to use anti-Semitism as a way to fragment and weaken the West. So get rid of the little Satan, Israel, and then get rid of the great Satan, the United States, and other great democratic countries in the Western world. This is the raison d'etre of the Brotherhood. So we are doing a book project. We've launched it in Washington, in the Rayburn building, which is the Congress, which is an important building in Washington, D.C. We brought experts from all over the world and from the United Kingdom, some really important scholars and counterterrorism experts. And we showed how the Muslim Brotherhood is entering into the United States and into Western democratic countries. They're here in the UK for sure. And their entryism is a way to their goal is to destroy democracy and replace it with a caliphate, to replace it with Islamic law. And as far-fetched and fantastical as it seems, their strategic goals are actually meeting with great success. And we've been sleeping through this revolution in the West, and it's time for us to wake up.
It's really quite scary. From what I can gather, it's kind of a 100-year plan, and
Correct.
we're 50 years in.
Correct.
And how are they doing? What are some of the points they've hit?
Well, think about it. If we take a step back, Qatar is a country. It's a tiny country in the Middle East. It has less than 350,000 citizens.
Oh.
Tiny country. Yeah. Qatar is giving more money to British education, to Canadian education, higher education, to American universities than any country in the world. So why would this tiny, wealthy country give so much money to Western democratic universities? And it's to use soft power to influence it. And the Qataris have a bay'ah. In Islam, a bay'ah is a spiritual oath to the Muslim Brotherhood. The royal family of Qatar follows all the religious edicts, rulings, and fatwas of the Muslim Brotherhood. They basically represent the Brotherhood around the world. And we estimate that the Qataris are using up to $1 trillion in assets, $1 trillion, to use as soft power to buy favor in universities, in our media, in our political leaders, to further their goals and their agenda. So Qatar is at the forefront of basically representing the interests of the Brotherhood, which is basically to destroy democratic countries. So they're giving all this aid. Naively, many people think they're benevolent and they're doing wonderful work in funding our universities, but essentially they're changing the discourse in the West. So if we take a step back, Hamas, which is the Palestinian chapter of the Muslim Brotherhood, intent on destroying Israel and Western democratic countries. Hamas, which is anti-Semitic, but let's put that aside for a moment. They're anti-democratic, they're sexist, they want to subjugate women, murder gay people, and do away with religious minority rights around the world. Hamas murdered American citizens and British citizens on October the 7th. They kidnapped them, and amazingly, some of the best universities. Hamas murdered American citizens and British citizens on October the 7th. They kidnapped them, and amazingly, some of the best universities, the Ivy Leagues in the United States, Oxford in the United Kingdom, the University of London, are turning out some of the brightest, best educated young people, young citizens of democracies, and they're supporting Hamas. They're supporting anti-democratic, vulgar terrorists who adhere to a culture of death, who want to destroy Democracy wanted to destroy Britain and France and Italy and Germany and Canada and Australia and the United States. And young people are being inculcated in this sort of red-green alliance of the radical left, which has dominated many of our best universities. And because the radical left wants to get rid of Western hegemony, the Islamists who want to destroy Western hegemony have this bizarre common cause. We call it the red-green alliance. So our intellectuals, influenced by Muslim Brotherhood money, are teaching now the second generation of Western citizens to destroy their own country, their own culture. And it's terrifying. So the Muslim Brotherhood set out the strategic goal. It's a 100-year plan. And as I said earlier, their goal is to move Israel away from Western democratic countries, to isolate it and to destroy it, and to murder Jews around the world. October the 7th was an example of their strategic goals. Yosef Qaradawi, the spiritual head of the Muslim Brotherhood, preached his entire life that the true Muslim is obligated to complete the work of Hitler. Right, the true Muslim obligated to complete the work of Hitler. Yosef Qaradawi was brought to the United Kingdom by the establishment here, by Corbett, by Livingston and Galloway. He was welcomed into the royal establishment, into Oxford. He helped to create Islamic studies at Oxford University, brought into the British establishment 30, 40 years ago. Their goal is to destroy Western democracy with entryism. And their strategic goal 50 years later, right under our noses, is having tremendous success. They're in Oxford, they're in Cambridge, they're in the Ivy Leagues. They're turning out students who hate democracy, who hate the United Kingdom, who hate Canada, who hate America. Students marching in the streets of London, of Paris, of Toronto, of New York, assaulting citizens. We had acts of terrorism here, of murder in a synagogue not too far from here, murder of a synagogue in Manchester not too long ago. This Islamist ideology has been accepted into our society and it's infiltrating, and we need to be aware to map the infiltration of the Muslim Brotherhood into our best institutions, into our communities, into our mosques, into parliament, into our political leadership, and root it out. This is an anti-democratic cancer, but we must distinguish between Islamists who are trying to take over and destroy our country, to destroy democracy, and Muslim citizens who are law-abiding, who are decent, who have profound respect for their neighbors and want to get on with their lives. And I think if we don't make this distinction, we fall into the goal of the Muslim Brotherhood that wants to fragment and weaken our society. If our society becomes fragmented, if we start attacking each other, if citizens, British citizens or American citizens start fighting with each other, the Muslim Brotherhood wins. This is their strategic goal.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I see that tactic being used by a lot of different foreign adversaries, like trying to create division and ideologies that divide us and get us to argue amongst each other and fight about things that really don't matter at the end of the day. But we had Yuri Bezmenov was a guy who was talking about how the communists were doing that back in the 80s during the Cold War. And, you know, China is doing the same thing. When you look at TikTok, like, this is the tactic that people use. So, yeah, it makes perfect sense that...
Yeah, I mean, it's all demonic.
Yeah.
I think that's... If you look at all Muslim, communists, whatever, it's demonic. Bottom line. And, yeah, I think what he said, like, yeah, there are those who have this ideology and want to do this and are attempting to do it. And then there are Muslims that they just want to live their life.
Yeah.
Like, so... we're not here to say all Muslims are bad. Like, obviously not. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's the ideology that is obviously a lie.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's detrimental because wherever Islam rules, it destroys.
Right. But there is those that are hell bent on coming to America, infiltrating, buying up land, creating, these kind of Sharia courts and these environments.
Not just that.
Yeah.
Like you said, funding universities, colleges,
funding terrorism back in their home country. What we're seeing with the al-Shabaab thing, like billions of dollars going back to Somalia, right into the hands of terrorists. Like, that's crazy.
Y'all see videos going viral of like Muslims doing the Heil Hitler?
No,
I was seeing it on.
I have seen it before,
not too long ago.
But yeah, the Muslim Brotherhood is, again, you just said the spiritual father, quote unquote, of the Muslim Brotherhood says that a true Muslim is to finish the
what
work
Hitler did. Yeah, that's crazy.
So.
Any fucking Hitler
There you go.
or fucking anti-Zionist, Heil fucking Hitler, Heil fucking Hitler, and any fucking Hitler spread or fucking anti-Zionist, fucking fuck you guys too, Heil fucking Hitler, Heil fucking Hitler. And guess what?
I will pray for you.
What do you do for the Palestinian babies?
I will pray for you.
Do you pray for the Palestinian babies?
I will pray for you.
But do you pray for all the fucking Palestinian babies?
I'm
No.
praying for you right now.
No, but do you pray for Palestinian babies? Do you pray for...
Just
no, you
for
don't.
you.
Okay, so
For
you don't
you.
give a fuck? Well, then I pray that fucking God gives you some health cancer and you end up fucking in a Dead Sea somewhere, all the salt and your body floats after you die. That's what I pray for, alright? Fucking I pray
Keep
you end up in
performing.
the fucking Dead Sea.
It's great.
wow.
Wow.
That's old.
I wonder what they're saying.
Yeah, me too. Is that the Hitler salute or what is it? Like, I don't. That's the thing. It's like I don't know if that's what that is.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
it's it's hard to say. I mean, the first one was. The first girl was doing it because she said it, but people.
I've seen a few where they're saying Heil Hitler.
Okay. I can't. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying.
But again, like you see, far right people are starting to get into more of the Jew hating, anti-Semitism. Far left, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's demonic.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, when you're looking to blame somebody, and it's funny because it's like the people who have a covenant with God.
Mm-hmm.
Are they perfect? No. Did they have a lot of issues? The Jewish people? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them that you could put in the same category as creating. There's a lot of Jewish supremacists, Zionists that do create division in this country to further their cause as well. You know what I mean? Like that exists.
Right. But is that at the core of who they are? No.
It's not. Yeah, it's not supposed to be in terms of what they believe.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm talking about most of the ones that I'm talking about are like they're like atheistic Jews. Like,
right. Yeah.
They don't. Which doesn't even seem like they believe in God. Like
which connect them more to communism.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
Well, Karl Marx was Jewish.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he definitely was. Yeah, and he was communist, Marxist. Created Marxism. But yeah.
Yeah, man. The sad thing is, to me, is what the political system has become to allow a lot of these things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all for money because I don't think that these people are getting what was it listed, $100 million?
What, to Al-Shabaab?
To the Somalians overseas.
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting all that money. I think that's some of that, a lot of that is probably being funneled right back here.
Probably. In certain ways.
They're getting a cut.
Yeah.
I mean, it's meant to look that way. But.
Yeah.
Didn't some people already get prosecuted?
Yeah. Yeah, I think one person was like $12 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people already pled guilty.
Yeah, because it's so easy to funnel and move money around politically. When you think of like we're donating to this, and someone showed them that. They just didn't come here and figure that out on their own. Someone gave them a template, a blueprint, and this is what you're gonna do.
Tim Walz.
even him, who knows?
It was Tampon Tim.
No, so they interviewed him, and he, of course, like I said, he tried to make the excuse that Minnesota is one of the most generous states, and they have one of the highest credit ratings, so it attracts criminals. That was like his talking point. It attracts criminals.
It was crazy. From a retail perspective, right? Which is weird. If your store's not performing, in sales numbers, you're fired.
Yeah,
but that doesn't work with politics.
It doesn't work.
Nope.
People keep electing these people that are failing.
Yeah.
Like,
well, again, because
years.
is politics based off of like just basic stuff like what you're saying, performance, or is it based off of another performance?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and people want the performance.
People fall for it, man. It's sad.
What is it based off of? Is it based off of facts? No, it's based off of what you can show or how you can spin it.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how much they can go on and on and on about like Trump, and Trump's literally only been in office not even a whole year yet.
Yeah, not that long.
And he's like everything that he's been doing and trying to get done is being constantly blocked by judges and all these things, and the Democrats, but they're trying to blame him for everything, but he's only been in, you know what I mean? And a lot of stuff that he implemented, the bill is not supposed to really take effect until next year or maybe the year after, but people are so short-sighted that they're already like voting for Zoran Mamdani because they feel like, Trump's not working. Like.
But again, what are they putting their trust in?
Yeah.
What are they feeling entitled to?
Yeah.
Like they want a king.
Yeah, they want a king. They want a king, but then they say no kings.
Yeah.
No king protest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
they
definitely
say no kings, but then everything points to them wanting a king.
Yeah.
Like the way they went after Mamdani.
Yeah.
Bro, it just shows you like, and then when you ask people about it who voted for him, they have no clue.
Yep.
His policies. They have no clue about what his ideas are. They don't really know.
He just promised a bunch of free stuff.
Exactly what we were talking about earlier. People want free stuff, and then they're gonna get upset, just like those that are went for the swag bag for Target.
But what do you hear?
They gonna get mad,
and they already are, because he's already walking back a lot of that stuff, because he's realizing that he can't do any of this.
Yeah.
That he claimed he was going to be able to do.
But again, like, what do you hear though? Oh man, he's a great talker. Oh, he's very charismatic.
Yep.
That's the things you hear. Like, oh, he seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
This is stuff people are looking at.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah,
I
it's crazy.
I don't like him.
And then
I don't like him because he can't bench press 135. No,
surface level. But then Tim Walton, he goes on like MSNBC, he goes on these places, and they did ask him the questions, but then they frame everything around, how do you feel about Donald Trump calling you retarded? Like, that's where they tried to focus everything.
Yeah, the view went crazy.
Yeah. Because Donald Trump's called him retarded.
Though I don't know her name, the Spanish woman.
Sunny Hostin.
Not Sunny. Sunny went crazy too.
Both of them. Both of them have the most
Republican.
The face ex-Republican. Yeah. What's her name? I can't remember either. The one who said her husband's an idiot.
Yeah. She put up a picture of her brother.
Oh
and
my gosh!
Because her brother is special needs or something. So
but I see if Tim Walz was like special needs and Donald Trump made fun of him for that. I don't.
This is my thing. Retarded used to be the medical term. And like, we keep changing terms because people are always going to get offended. If special needs will be the new offended term, and then they're going to have to come up with something else.
I just saw today, people were saying instead of homeless, they were saying
unhoused.
Yes.
And it's like.
Yeah,
because when I heard that, but where did homeless come from? Because you used to say bum, right? And now bum is a derogatory word, so you have to say homeless, now homeless is derogatory, so you have to say unhoused.
But
and then
it's like the illegal thing.
Yes,
illegals. I heard somebody say that illegals, and I think it was
Joy Reid.
Joy Reid.
Reid.
She said
I had all those clips.
It was equivalent to calling a black person the N-word.
Yes.
When you use,
he's like, I would prefer homosexual.
And then she kept saying it. She's like, see, I keep doing it. I keep calling them brown people. But the funny thing is, she's literally attaching the term illegal to only brown people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, she's the one doing that.
Yeah. But again, that's where we get into trouble, because we're trying to, this is like fake virtue.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to change it. No, it's demonic.
Yeah.
To keep changing things.
Yeah.
You're just refreshing something.
Right.
And you're never doing anything about it.
Right. But anyway, so that was the thing. Trump, they were able to frame every conversation with Tim Walz about that and how.
I think it's good though.
Yeah.
The reason I think it's good, not because I glory in this, but because I feel like by doing that and not focusing on policies and issues, and that's their talking point, I think the people who are fringed and who are like, a lot of people woke up by seeing the same thing over, and they're not talking any policy.
Yeah.
They're just talking about his feelings.
Yeah.
So imagine people who are on the fence, and after a while they're like, "This is it."
Right.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes it takes people to maybe a long time. They're like, I don't know, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
And then after a while they're like, I know person who said, "Yeah, I'm not believing this anymore."
Right.
They're going way too hard.
Yeah, because you sit there and you watch, like, wait a minute. So this guy was overseeing a state where they were stealing hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars up under his nose, scamming it.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know nothing about it. And when you guys question him, all you want to talk about is Trump called him retarded?
Nothing about the crime. Nothing about the crime.
That's crazy.
I think I mean, obviously not everybody, but I think a lot of people who are kind of, they're not sure. I think a lot of this, the way they're wording it, the way they're positioning themselves, have made people decide.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
And of course he goes, I look at Trump insulting me as a badge of honor. When I think about the way it affects our children, what he's saying, what he's weaponizing that term against the millions of children in this country. It's like they always go there.
Imagine he said the millions of children that are retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, but not the millions of children who are
being scammed out of the money that they need because of these people.
That doesn't matter.
That would
None
make
of
a
that
great
matters.
skit. Is us right as he's leaving the office, and he's like, "I think I nailed it." A little kid runs up to him.
Yeah.
And he slaps him. Get out of here.
It's kind of funny, and I'm sure the QAnon boards are calling it a 4D chess move. Is that like most of the scams were for fake autism, right? So it's like Trump calling him retarded makes that correlation between like. Wait, so you care more about him saying the word than the people being scammed that are actually?
No, Trump needs to just stop.
They love when he does
Stop
that.
giving them fuel, bro.
That's just how he talks.
But listen, I don't care because it's like eventually people, it's not going to work anymore. Like James was saying, like people are tired of everything being about outrage of what Trump said.
Yeah.
Like what is happening though?
Yeah.
They care more about what Trump says than the bad things that's happening. Yo, they're defending Venezuela.
Yes.
They're defending Venezuela.
Yeah.
But they don't want to go there. They don't want to move there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got land in Venezuela. You buy something?
You're defending a communist country that
And them
has,
sending drugs into our country.
but according to that Spanish lady, I can't think of her name either. There's no proof that drugs from Venezuela has crossed our border.
There's no proof.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Man.
She knows more than the government.
Right.
I think all of it backfired, man, because Disney just all of the Star Wars franchise is done. That just got canceled. All of this, everything that they thought was gonna happen didn't happen.
Just like Black Friday.
It just didn't. Yeah. That's the only way this is gonna work is when their plan it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just.
Yeah, I mean, and I think like you see little pockets of them feeling like they're winning, like the Zohran Mamdani election and whatever happened in the other elections or surrounding that. They felt like that was a big win for them.
Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey. Yeah.
Come on, Jersey.
Virginia.
You knew it.
Virginia, yeah.
Jersey. We just had a parent-teacher meeting with my daughter's teacher. She said taxes about to go up even more because the teachers union just voted to increase taxes. I was like, she's like, we're leaving too. She said, Sophia told me you guys are leaving. And she's like, yep. She's like, I'm a teacher. I'm retired. I think it's ridiculous that they can do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I think more than anything, like you guys were saying, they keep defending. You were saying they're going to see. Not everybody's going to see. There's going to be a lot of people who don't see. I think there's going to be a separation between states, separation between towns, separation between. You're going to start seeing these things where certain things just fold.
Yeah.
Because they can't handle the weight anymore.
Right.
And you did it to yourself. And it's sad to say, but if you won't face the truth, if you won't look at the truth because you want to keep defending a lie, because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can do. What can you do?
People are outraged in these cities where they're being attacked. That girl was set on fire in Chicago. Did you guys hear about that story?
Yeah.
She was set on fire on the train, but then they looked at her profile and she's got a BLM profile picture, you know what I mean? Where she's, advocating for the people that are being let out of prison 72 times like this guy. She's one of the people advocating for this.
And that goes back to the liberal thing because I don't even think she knows what she's doing. She's
Right.
supposed to seem virtuous.
Exactly.
That's all that is.
This other girl I saw went viral for, she's in New York, going to school in New York, and some guy attacked her on the street, and she's walking to class, and she's like outraged. We need to do something about this. It's not safe in the cities. Yo, y'all are the ones that are voting for this stuff. Y'all are the ones that are advocating for these policies, especially these liberal white women. So it's like now all of a sudden, when you said like when it starts when that effect of what your decision making has become, and now it's folding in on itself.
The consequence of a decision.
Right. So
yeah, and it sucks because like I know God doesn't want it to go that far.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want us to feel the consequences. That's how much he loves.
Yeah,
he wants people to come out
set
of this
on
mess.
fire.
Yeah,
but that's what voting has become. It's become a thing to be pretentiously virtuous about. I took this picture. I stand with this community. I stand with that. Not understanding the criminal justice because this guy was arrested 77 times. Not understanding that. So you feel like now, do I really believe that this girl she doesn't care nothing about nobody?
Right.
That's just to put on social media like those celebrities when they put the blackout page.
Yeah.
And they did all that dumb nonsense. When
she goes into the voting booth, you don't think that she made the decision.
She's voting for it, but
Right.
I don't think she understands
exactly
all of it that
Right.
comes with it. It's that's just to make her seem virtuous amongst her inner circle. You know what I mean? And
yeah, of course
public,
you're not thinking about things that can
set
happen
fire.
from this. And
right.
You're not thinking about what could happen in 10 years. You're
Right.
not thinking about what could happen down the line.
And they don't care. People like that don't care. I was just talking to this guy. He's anti-gun, and I was like, I can't remember the conversation, but basically it was about guns I'm tired of these guns and stuff like that. I said, listen, the states with the highest anti-gun laws are the ones with the biggest crimes.
Yeah, they're the ones with the most gun violence.
It's like go to Texas.
Yeah,
California.
Yeah, Florida has it too.
Chicago has the strictest gun laws in the country.
Chicago was the strictest one.
Yeah.
In the thing I was showing him, strictest gun laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all the gun violence there. Yeah, man.